And to talk more about this, we're joined from Washington by Jana El-Horr. She's with George Mason University's Institute for Conflict Analysis and Resolution. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Speaking of resolution, what are the chances that something like this is going to be resolved soon?
Well, to understand the situation, it's very important for us to look at the situation in Gaza for the past 8 months. After a deadly or a military conflict between Hamas and the Palestinian Authority in July 2007, Hamas took over Gaza, and since then Gaza has been under siege. Mm-hmm. We've seen that the people of Gaza have been suffering from an economic deadlock. More than half of the population has been suffering from, has been living under poverty. 75% of the factories have closed down. We've seen last month at the breach in Gaza how Gazans had to get out of Gaza in order to go to Egypt to buy medical supplies and food. In order to look at the resolution of this conflict that we are facing with now, we need to look more than just tackling this issue from a military perspective, but we need to find a sustainable resolution that will bring security to both the Israelis and to the Gazans over the long run.
Now, you mentioned the plight that Gazans have gone through over the past months and years. Is there a chance that people there get fed up with their government and say, perhaps we need a chance to change governments?
I think everybody is fed up with the situation in Gaza, the West Bank, and Israel. A recent poll by the Haaretz newspaper showed that more than 65% of the Israelis are willing to have a direct talks with Hamas in order to stop the rockets falling in southern Israel and to liberate the captivated soldier Gilad Shalit. At the same time, we've seen in Gaza Gazans protesting their conditions that they've been living under and coming together, calling for the international community to intervene. I think there's a momentum here that everybody wants a solution, and we are not sure if the military solution is going to be sustainable, because we've seen today Ehud Olmert saying that we will take any kind of, we will do any military act in order to stop the rockets falling in southern Israel. But this reminds us a lot of the war in Lebanon in July 2006 and August 2006, how also the Israeli government has opted for a military attempt in order to take away the threat of Hezbollah from southern Lebanon. We've seen how that conflict ended. It was a military option that the Israeli government went for. We've seen how it ended. We've seen that until now Israel is still living under the threat of Hezbollah. Taking that into consideration, the question is the military option to stop Hamas rockets is the best option to deal with the situation? Is
there something that Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas could do or can do to stop the rocket attacks from Gaza?
It's important to see how since July 2007, the Israeli government has been benefiting from a rift between the Palestinian Authority and the Hamas government in Gaza. Because of that, they were able to push for peace negotiation between the Palestinian Authority and the West Bank and between the Israeli government. Now that Israel is leading military attacks that has caused over 100 deaths in the past week in Gaza, has basically chained the hands of the Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas, and because of the riots in the West Bank that have been supporting the people in Gaza and the unity that has been created between the West Bank Palestinians and the Palestinian in Gaza. So the President Mahmoud Abbas now is faced with a deadlock that he cannot take this into any further position or any further, he cannot take any further step until the military action stops in Gaza.
A complicated story remains so. Jana El-Horr, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.